Hey folks, Liv here once again. I hope you all enjoyed my TV show collection of Superman the Animated Series. And now since we're going to continue talking about Superman the Animated Series. Now today's video will be different. This is where the start of some new videos will be, where this is not a review, but talking about TV shows, giving my favorite episodes of TV shows, and maybe least favorite, and basically my thoughts on the season. But anyway, and whenever, like I said, we're starting, since we're doing the Superman Marathon, we're on a TV show collection, so with TV shows and TV series, there's going to be a lot more to talk about down the road. On my channel, I plan to talk more about and get my thoughts on, but we're going to start with Superman the Anime Series, and today I'm going to give you my thoughts / favorite episodes, and maybe some episodes I thought were okay, and probably some of least favorite episodes, maybe. I'll put it in the description down below, but it's not a review because I can't review a TV show. I mean, I just don't see how it's possible, because I gotta talk about I prefer to just talk about my favorite episodes and stuff, because it's not a movie. That's the difference between a movie and a TV show. Movie, I can review, but TV show, I'm like, no, because it's not a movie. But anyway, I'm giving my thoughts / favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series, Volume 1, yes, or Season 1 or whatever, but Volume 1 of the show, which has 18 episodes. So, I've already talked about the show's history. If I forget anything, I got Wikipedia here for it. So, let's get started with my thoughts / favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series, Season 1. Volume 1, and whatever you want to call it. But let's go ahead and get started. And I've got them written down here on the paper. So, starting with my favorite episodes of Season 1 of Volume 1 Superman the Animated Series. First I want to say, my favorite episodes, well, I have a particular favorite, but I have a lot of favorites here. So I'm going to say, and it's 18 episodes, by the way. 18 episodes on this season. It's not a whole lot. But my favorite episode, starting with The Last Son of Krypton, which is in 3 parts, which I like all 3 parts, by the way. It all connects for me for the story. Basically, part 1 is that in the beginning you see Krypton and you see Jor-El, who is actually voiced by Christopher McDonald. Really good actor, by the way. I always liked him as Shooter McGavin, Happy Gilmore, Shooter! Anyway, in this episode, Jor-El is basically he's on a mission. He's, of course, a scientist, and he's able to find out that Krypton is going to blow up. Now, the difference between this and Superman the movie is that you have Brainiac, who was like their advisor, and the Kryptonians listen to him, kind of like he's their computer system. They trust him. They don't trust Jor-El very much. The Kryptonian Council, they don't trust Jor-El. They don't like him at all. And you do see Baby Kal-El, which, Kal-El before he becomes Clark Kent and Superman, which is, he's a very cute baby. Yeah. But he's trying to explain to the council that we're on the verge of destruction. He tells the council, I have an idea, look, why don't we all go to the Phantom Zone? The Phantom Zone is where it's basically a prison in their world. It's a prison for criminals, for dangerous creatures, and they're like, what? You're out of your mind, we're not doing that. And they don't listen to him, and of course, the planet has these earthquakes, and eventually Jor-El is able to find out that Brainiac, of course, saves up all this knowledge for himself. Brainiac plans on saving himself, and Jor-El wants to destroy him but can't. So Brainiac gets the Krypton security guards to come and arrest Jor-El, and Jor-El is able to get away from them. Yeah, you do a little blood in the show. You see some blood in his face. Jor-El says to, Baby Kal-El right there, says that, we need to put him in the ship, so they put Kal-El on the ship, send him off the Earth, and that was a sad moment to see them do that. And before the security guard can stop them, Kal-El's grandfather, I forget his name, distracts them, which I like that. He's voiced by Tony Jaa, I think. I can't say his name right. But he's like, is there Home officers? He also voiced Judge Frollo, so that was cool. But before Krypton's blown away, Kal-El's ship flies away, flies off Krypton, and he is the only survivor of the planet Krypton. Krypton blows up. And even, just like you said in the movie, it's a nightmare to see that it's a bad earthquake and it just blows up. And then when you get to the last part 2 of the episode, Kello's spaceship lands on Earth, and of course Jonathan and Mark can't see him, and they decide to adopt him. And Clark doesn't understand how his powers work. You see him in school talking to Lana. He's like, I can see through things like X-ray vision, talking about his super hearing and him getting strong. He hears these people in danger. This bus gets into an explosion. He saves a child and saves these people, and without a scratch gets burned. And his parents tell him, he's like, Pa, Mom, why am I like this? And Jonathan's like, Martha, I think it's time we tell him. So they tell him about this. Well, he also dates Lois Lane. She was his first love before Lois Lane. When he tells the truth of his origins, though, he sees Jonathan Martha in a hologram, though, telling who he is. And first of all, he can't believe it. He's like, I can't believe this. I'm a freak! And he punches a wall and he gets mad and runs. But then he calms himself down. He flies for the first time, and he finally accepts who he is. So then when you get to part 3, which is a few years later, Premise of learning his origin, Clark Kent decides, of course, to become a superhero, Superman, but he didn't have a name yet. I get that, you meet Lois Lane, the smart and feisty Lois Lane, who's willing to do whatever it takes to get a story, even to put herself in danger. You have these, they're doing a press conference on Lex Luthor, who has this Lexo 5 exosuit, which he's going to use for the military, but of course Lex Luthor isn't a guy that you can trust. He hires these mercenaries led by John Corbin to steal them, and they try to investigate. Lois tries to investigate. She gets captured. Superman also has to, when he's fighting these guys, has to save a plane. If you remember, like the plane scene in Superman Returns, or the helicopter scene, where he has to save, Lois in the helicopter. Yeah, I guess, it's a helicopter reference to Superman in the movie, basically. And Supergirl, the TV show, starring Melissa Benoist, had that as well. Her saving a plane for the first time, and Superman saves this plane, and he becomes their hero. And like I said, Lois gets captured by John Corbin and his men, and Superman comes to help out. John Corbin gets into the exosuit, him and Superman fight. He nearly almost destroys Superman, grabs Superman in his face, nearly pumps and destroys smashes Superman a little bit. Superman's just tired of it. Superman eventually crushes every part of that machine, and John Corbin's like, and Superman uses the super breath and gets John Corbin out of there, and he's like, you want to fight without the suit? And since Lex Luthor found out that there's no proof that, even though Superman believes that he was behind it, that it was a plan the whole time, they can't prove it. Superman goes sees Lex Luthor, who is voiced by, like I said, Clancy Brown. And then here, like in Superman Branding Attacks, Luthor is more serious, as he should be. He should just be, he's played straight, and he's outplayed for dumb laughs and doing stupid, corny jokes, like in Superman Branding Attacks. Here, it's just much better. Clancy Brown is just, in my opinion, just like Mark Hamill to me is the voice of the Joker, Clancy Brown is to me the voice of Lex Luthor. For me, there's always been good other actors to voice Lex Luthor, but for me, in my opinion, Clancy Brown has always been the best voice of Lex Luthor, in my opinion. But Superman visits him, he's like, we already have a window washer. He's like, something's up with me, Superman, but too bad you have no proof. And he tells Superman, I own Metropolis. Everybody knew he works for me. Even you yourself knew that work for me. He's got something to say, like, say something. He tries to throw like a product or type or something, and Superman crushes. He's like, I'll be watching you, Luthor. And then you have, meanwhile, at the end of the episode, you have an alien ship comes across the Kryptonian satellite, which is Brainiac. Brainiac kills them, and to pretty much start his intellect. When he did the last on Krypton, I forgot to mention, Brainiac did betray them, like I said, leaving Krypton. When they both died, he's like, Pharaoh Krypton, and now he's trying to basically become an intelligent being, grow more of knowledge and power, and he's just trying to be more intelligent, but that's the end of the episode. Oh, it says Attorney Joe also premiered Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, starring Dean Cain. I didn't know that. Okay, and then after that's on Krypton. Okay, and now an episode that's another favorite of mine called Fun and Games. This is where we meet the character of the villain Toyman, where you have this gangster Bruno Mayhem, who is some of his cronies are, doing some crimes or whatever. Toyman, comes to attack them. He's like, I'll be getting revenge. Toyman looks pretty creepy in here. He's got like the face of a toy, and he's like a little midget, but don't be fooled by it because he is dangerous. He has this like kind of like this bouncing ball. He throws a bouncing ball and it's like, flashing around, and it nearly kills these guys in the armor core. Superman shows up to save the bad guys, even though he was going to arrest them at first after they robbed a bank. The ball hits Superman, the face comes, Superman just grabs it, smashes it, and Toyman is pretty much coming after, trying to get revenge on him. Yeah, Toyman is trying to get revenge. He has like a big giant duck. I'm not kidding you, a big giant duck. And Superman has to fight this big giant duck. And it might be funny, but, Toyman is definitely, like I said, dangerous. And he also creates these airplanes to shoot at Bruno. And, Lois tells Clark to get down, and, but Superman, Clark can't show himself with Superman, so he just moves his glasses down a little bit and uses heat vision to destroy the toys. And like, where did that come from? And Bruno Mayhem ends up getting kidnapped by the Toyman. And you find out that his father had taken a loan from Mayhem and been set up to take the fall when his father went to prison. The toy maker, and of course you find out that toy maker had a son, which was Toyman, and Toyman, his father died after that, so he decided to get revenge. He has Lois Lane in the playoffs, and this is kind of, I can say silly, but Toyman has her dressed up like, Lois Lane dressed up like a doll, and, he tries to kill Bruno, but it doesn't work. Superman shows up, he has this dopey slime or something, he puts on Superman, but Superman is able to, roll around like a twister, and break it out of it, and then Toyman eventually kind of gets destroyed, well, not destroyed, but you see his face has been destroyed, so it's been a massive time. So it's probably not the last time we're going to see him. Alright, but fun games. I like how they introduced Toyman. I think it was entertaining. It was a little silly, of course, but it was definitely entertaining. That was Fun and Games. Okay. Alright, and then the next episode that was a favorite of mine is an episode called Little Piece of Home. Yeah. It opens up with Lex Luthor he's going to open up a museum, then, Clark and Lois and Clark are there. Clark is able to use X-ray vision, see that criminals are there, two bank robbers. He tries to stop them. Superman's like, well, how much I can give for this? He's like, I say 5 to 10 years in prison, or 5 years, depending on good behavior. Are y'all going to behave now? And they try to hit Superman they try to hit him with a baseball bat with a chair, and it doesn't harm him. Until Superman gets behind a rock, which of course we find out later is green kryptonite, and he starts like, weakening, falling, and Lex Luthor, Superman comes out and is like, Lex Luthor's like, next time, can you call the police instead of destroying my place? There's also a giant mechanical dinosaur in there, but I'll get to that later. But Lex is able to see through the security cameras of in his museum that weakness has, so he is able to talk to a scientist. He's like, maybe there's a way for... Because Superman, again, he doesn't like Superman, he hates Superman, because Superman meddles in his affairs, and his illegal affairs, while he's putting on the front that he's a good guy, which he's really not. So Superman is just getting his way, so he's trying to get rid of him. Superman hires this guy that's, I forget what this guy's name was. I don't know, this Lou Ferrigno, Arnold Schwarzenegger type we can do from pumping iron to attack, and basically they attack Superman, but they decide to play a trick and do a robbery, and they let us know they got these, on to phase 2, on to phase 3, or whatever. The guy's able to get Superman over there. Come and get the bag, Superman. It's under the green kryptonite. And Superman's like, oh, and starts beating up Superman. And Lex is like, stop! I don't want to kill him. And he's like, I'm gonna just finish him off, Luthor. And Superman's able to talk him down. And Superman, one friend who's a ship captain, says, Superman, you don't look so good. Like, but Superman decides to go talk to Luthor, and Luthor's like, okay, I have the green kryptonite, and as long as I have it, I'll make a deal with you. I don't make deals with criminals, Luthor. But before he says that, he was like, I'll make a deal with you, Superman. You meddle out of my affairs, because I have the green light, and I won't harm you. So just stay out of my way. He's like, I don't make deals with Luthor, but Superman wasn't threatened that easily, so Superman throws away. He's like, then if I can't control you, then I guess I'll have to kill you. He tries to attack him and Lois Lane when they go try to get a piece of kryptonite. I forget what was happening, but Lex has this dinosaur that nearly kills, that has kryptonite, so he can destroy Superman. Lois is able to grab the kryptonite. She throws it like a basketball or something in a jar, and Superman is able to fight off this dinosaur, and Lex is controlling the dinosaur, or control the mechanical dinosaur to kill Superman. Superman destroys it. And Lex Luthor's like, no! And punches the machine out. But overall, it was an entertaining episode that, we finally get to see Lex Luthor be a main villain in an episode. Well, of course, he's basically the big baddie of the show. Because he's still Superman's greatest enemy. But that was Little Piece of Home. Really good episode, in my opinion. I think this is also the first time you saw Dr. Emil Hamilton, who would help Superman out a couple times. Okay, so another favorite episode of mine. We're not done yet. An episode called Feeding Time. Yes. Feeding Time. Where you have janitor Rudy Jones, who was helping out Superman, is like wearing a spacesuit for the first time. Where's the spacesuit? Yeah, like I said, throughout the series, though, Superman wears a spacesuit. But anyway, he wears a spacesuit to try and see if the green kryptonite won't affect him. And it won't. Meanwhile, Rudy Jones and his, and this guy he's working with, who's of course a criminal, decide to rob a place. Rudy tries to help him out. They get involved in these chemicals that are like kind of like a parasite thing that when it gets on you, it can affect you. And Rudy's in the back of the truck, but they take off. The criminal shoots at the cops and eventually starts the place on fire. Superman saves him, of course. On the way on the truck, the chemicals lash out and they get on Rudy, and then basically he throws Rudy off the truck thinking he's dead, but Rudy instead becomes the villain known as Parasite. And what Parasite can do, well, first of all, when he's laying down, he catches a rat, kills the rat. Basically, what Parasite can do is when he touches you, he absorbs your energy. He knows things about you. He can now start to imitate your voice. But when he touches a person, he absorbs their energy. He becomes a lot more stronger. First, he encounters a lady cop, and he attacks her. And he pretends to be her voice. Gets out of there. He goes to try to get revenge on the criminal that left him for dead. He attacks the guy. Superman shows up and says, "Rudy, you need help." And he instead attacks Superman, and basically he's like, gains Superman's powers, like, oh, I want more! And he tries to attack Superman. He's able to get Superman powers for a little bit, able to fly away. And Superman is just very, weak. And then Parasite, realizes that but the energy he absorbs doesn't last for a while, so Superman's powers on him don't last for a while. So he finds out, of course, he finds out who Superman really is, Clark Kent. And he goes to Clark Kent's apartment, kidnaps him, takes him to the equipment, I don't know, I forget, it's his building that became Parasite in, locks him up in that building, chains him up, powers himself up, and Superman's weak. Superman can't do nothing. He tries to use heat vision, yellow chain, but he can't because he's weak. But since Parasite now has his powers for at least a week until Jimmy Olsen comes down and Superman is making this noise for SOS, or I guess you say Morse code. And Jimmy tries to help Superman. Superman's able to gain some power back and fight off Parasite, and eventually defeats him. He's able to shock Parasite. Parasite's in a prison. He doesn't remember who Superman is. He doesn't know who Superman's identity is anymore. But he has a spider coming to him. He grabs a spider or something, and you see that he does this. That he's still alive, But anyway, good episode. Okay, yeah. Sorry. But anyway, that was Feeding Time. Another great Superman villain, Parasite. Alright. Then we have another favorite episode of mine called, The Way of All Flesh, which this episode introduces Metallo. Well, anyway, it starts off with, now the last Son of Krypton episode, part 3, where, if you remember that John Corbin is a mercenary for hire, and he works for Lex Luthor, and he gets caught by Superman after Superman beat him down. He definitely wants to get revenge on Superman for beating up and getting him a machine. Anyway, he's in prison though, but even though he's in prison, he lives in a life of luxury in prison because Lex sends him good food and all that stuff. And then you find out that he's sick, he has a virus, and kind of like coronavirus in a way, he's getting, kind of like that, but he's getting sicker. And Lex Luthor offers John Corbin to become a skin-covered cyborg. Basically tells him, don't you want revenge on Superman? You don't have to feel more pain. You won't even have to die. So he accepts it. And so they turn him into the robot Metallo. And John Corbin, can't smell anything. He can't feel anything anymore. But before he finds it, he decides to go out and cause some damage. Grabs a train, starts beating stuff up. Superman punches him around a little bit. And he's like, Superman. So trying to get some revenge on you. So then he shows out his kryptonite heart. Metallo has a kryptonite for heart, which weakens Superman, able him to take on Superman. And he's just as strong as Superman. He almost nearly kills Superman. Lois Lane tries to help him. He's like, oh, Lois Lane, I've been thinking about you a lot. And he tries to give her a kiss, but he couldn't feel that. She slaps him. He's like, I don't feel that. And she's like, feel this. She slaps him. He's like, what's wrong with me? I can't feel anything. And it starts to drive him crazy, but he's able to use, even though Superman's weak, he's able to use Lois' car to smash him with Metallo. It doesn't kill him, just gets him to fly down to the road, and he doesn't die though. But he goes back to the medical facility, talk to a doctor for Lex Luthor, talks to the doctor and say, what's wrong with me? I can't feel anything. I don't feel no food. He's like, well, that's what you agreed to. He's like, is there a way for me to get back to that? And I was like, what about pleasure? Like pleasure with a woman. He's like, I'm afraid not. He's like, no, and he gets mad. He's like, this is driving me crazy. I can't feel anything. And he goes to the mirror. He's like, I think he probably kills the guy, but pushes the doctor over. He's like this. I'm not John Corbin anymore. That's all that's gone of me. That's all there is left now. And then he takes off the mask, takes off his skin. And he looks like this. Yeah, Metallo right down there. And he's like, that's all that's left is, I'm Metallo now. I'm Metallo. And so Metallo decides to go talk to Luthor about it. He's like, I can't feel anything. It's driving me crazy. He's like, I'll get you help. Superman shows up and he tries to fight Superman. He has like a kryptonite beam when Superman fight. Superman is able to show when Metallo's beating up on Superman, he's like Metallo. He's like, Lex Luthor did this to you. He's like, you found out Luthor had the doctor poison his food, and he's going to try to kill Luthor, try to make him drink the drink. He's like, come on, Luthor, a little poison ain't going to hurt you. Then the ship makes a bump, and Metallo drowns into the water. Luthor doesn't help him, of course. Almost gets eaten by a shark. Well, Superman says, he's like, well, you can't prove anything, Superman. Then the episode ends with Metallo walking under the water. So, but Way of the Flash, good episode. Alright. Now another favorite episode of mine is called My Girl. Oh. Dang it, I forgot to add this one episode, I'm sorry. No, not that episode, I'm sorry. An episode called Stolen Memories. That was the next one, right? Yeah, Stolen Memories. This is the episode where we see Brainiac come back. Well, Brainiac, who... don't have a picture of him anymore. Yeah, Brainiac, right here. Basically... in this episode, Brainiac comes to Earth, according to Lex Luthor, who was able to use his business and his satellites to get him to come over to Earth. He greets Brainiac, offering him knowledge of the planet, saying that he basically can trust him. Basically, just that he's a being that just collects information across galaxies, and that's it. So Lex Luthor would just want to help him out with knowledge, and he talks about Superman to Luthor, and Lex Luthor has a meeting saying, Superman, he wants to see you, Superman, and he's like, hello, Kal-El, I know your father, Jor-El, and your mother, Laura. He's like, I'm like you, I'm Kryptonian. And when he's on Brainiac's ship, he sees that all the planets he has of knowledge, like, he has a room where he has a planet, he's like, there's Krypton, he touches the planet Krypton, and he gives him the memories of Krypton and his parent, he's like, and Brainiac's like, that's enough. And so he's like, yeah, he makes him an offer, Brainiac makes Superman an offer, come and travel with me, we know all knowledge, and I can help you more knowledge of your parents and Krypton, I can help you out. And Superman does consider his offer, goes home, and, Clark Kent goes home and sleeps, I guess, sleep it off, he doesn't think about it, but he starts dreaming about Krypton and sees how Krypton blew up and stuff, well, Brainiac did, but eventually, when Superman is in his Brainiac ship again, he touches the planets, which you can see the vision of these planets. Superman touches these planets, feels the vision of them, and sees that Brainiac has killed millions of lives, of millions of aliens and millions of other planets. He's wiped them out, he's killed them, so that he can be an intelligent being and just have more knowledge. But you can say he's insane. He is, and even Superman calls him that. When Superman confronts him about this, Brainiac attacks Superman. Superman is able to eventually attack him back. Brainiac tries to kill Superman, but Superman punches right in the middle of the chest and destroys Brainiac, and Lex Luthor and him destroy the ship. But I doubt that's the end of Brainiac. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. But I can't believe I forgot to add Stolen Memories. But that was a really good episode. A really good introduction. I just like how they made it, where I think Bruce Timm had a good idea to make it that it was more of a rivalry. I can't say. Damn it, rivalry. More of a rivalry between them. I can't say the fucking word, but more of a backstory between them. That he did destroy Krypton, and Superman realizes this, and that he can't trust Brainiac, and Brainiac is no good. But I like that they touched upon that backstory between them, and that Superman thought that he could trust him. I like that, and that he was, of course, also lived on Krypton as well as a computer. And then an episode called My Girl, which is an episode where Clark's high school sweetheart, Lana Lang, who he used to date in high school, she starts dating Lex Luthor, but she's a fashion designer. She's trying to see what Lex Luthor has been up to, his business dealings or something like that. She's trying to get on Lex's arm deal sales and see what illegal stuff he's doing. And Superman does save her from getting there. She's like, hey Clark. He's like, how'd you know it was me? and she's like, I still have feelings for you. She gives him a kiss, and Lex Luthor begins to do something between them, because Mercy, Lex Luthor's bodyguard and driver, finds this out, and Lex eventually himself sees that she is in love with Superman, and knows that she's betrayed him. They capture her, and Superman has to save Lana. And, when she says goodbye to Clark at the end, he's like, Clark, you'll find somebody special one day. Somebody one day, but hey, if you want to come up, look me up, I'll be in Paris. I think she said she goes to Paris. If you just want to, hook up or something, spend time together. If you want a date. And of course, someone says, come on, Kent, we don't get all day. Come on, Smallville. Because eventually Lois Lane will be his, the woman that he actually really loves. But that was a good episode to bring Lana Lane back, and that she knew, it was cool to see that somebody knew that he was Superman, and, because she knew him in Smallville, knew about his powers, so she knew, not just because of his powers, but since Clark Kent arrived on the same day Superman did, she was able to put them together. So she's pretty smart, and a feisty character, and willing to put herself in danger, for him, because she still loves him. Alright. But Michael, that was a good episode. Alright, and an episode called To the Crowd. Yes, To the Crowd. Where it's an episode where a scientist, voiced by Brian Cox, Dr. Earl Graver, who is this doctor. He has a bomb. He basically has a bomb that he's starting to blow up. If he doesn't get money, he's got this big security house. Superman's able to get through it. He nearly destroys Superman, but he ends up in a coma. And to get to they need to get to this bomb fast because he can blow up all of Metropolis. He can do a lot of damage. So what do? They have to get somebody who can get to his mind. So of course they have to get into Parasite. Because remember, I said Parasite has the ability to do that, to get into people's minds. But Parasite is eventually in the mind, Woody Jones as himself, in his human form, talks to Dr. Graver, and Graver convinces him to join forces, to help him out, that we can do a lot together. He says join him until Superman finds out where the bomb is and finds out that Rudy, he's going to kill you. So he's kind of speaking to him through his brain, and basically the doctor takes over Parasite's body, takes over his body and his power. So Superman has quite a match now because he wants to get more of Superman's powers. But the two bodies start to fight when Superman's able to convince Rudy not to do it, and Rudy's able to get back to himself. By Graver wakes up, Superman flying his truck into prison. He goes to prison, and Parasite, basically for his help out in the situation, they hear him laughing. He was able to get finally what he wanted in his jail cell, a cable TV, and enjoy watching TV. But that was a good episode, to the crowd. I just like the fact they brought Parasite back, and I like that there was a doctor that they were in the same mind together. He's trying to convince him to help him out. Yeah. Yeah. But it was a very interesting episode. I liked it a lot. So. Alright, and then you have an episode, two-part again, Blast from the Past, Part 1 and 2, where you have a character named Mola and her general named Jeff. Well, in the beginning in Part 1, Superman is able to get this Dr. Emil Hamilton has the Phantom Stone projector, which you can see all the creatures in the Phantom Stone. Dr. Hamilton accidentally releases a monster, and Superman has to fight this monster, and they do put it back in the Phantom Stone. He's able to see Mola, and he learns about her history on Krypton, that they were sergeants, her general was, of course, Jax, and Jax trying to take over the Krypton Council. He nearly did until his father, Jor-El, stopped him. Believing that Mola is innocent, Superman decides to give her another chance. I can say it's really stupid for Superman, but Superman, the type of character about him is he sees the good in everyone. That's what Superman tries to see, the good in people. In anyone, really. So he brings her out to help her, he teaches her about her powers, but eventually he finds out, she becomes a little aggressive, she nearly becomes aggressive to almost like threatening to kill when she had a criminal like in her arms and threatening to kill him. Superman's like, we don't do that. She's just being too brutal, and she comes off a little too power hungry. And Superman's like, I think I meant to say, I gotta put her back in there. No, I know it's a Superman. She hears this. Mola hears this, and they do an interview with Lois Lane. Lois kind of being the wisecrack that she is, she's like, well, Wonder Woman's a little better. She's like, excuse me, and she attacks Lois, chokes her, and the Superman's like, stop. Superman just, got her in the choke. Was like, Mola, you're going back to the man zone for your behavior. He's like, I don't think so. But eventually she's able to get away from Superman, and she takes the Phantom Projector and brings Jack's help. Then when we get to part 2, they both decide, her and the General decide to take over the city. Superman tries to stop them, but with no success. He ends up in the Phantom Zone himself. He tries to use Green Kryptonite, but Jax, who will, like Molo, his powers take time to grow, getting to Earth's sun, which the sun gives Superman his powers. But at the end, Superman is able to defeat them and take them back to the Phantom Zone. They destroy most of Metropolis, but Superman does save the day. But it was a good episode. Part 1 and 2, Flashing Past. Two-part episode, by the way. Alright, another favorite episode of mine is called Live Wire. Yes, where you have Laura Petty, who voices Leslie Willis, who was a radio talk show host, or whatever you want to call her. And she basically hates Superman, talks trash about him a lot. Some people agree with her, some people don't. She decides that, it's her 30th anniversary for her station, so she decides to throw this rock party, but it's raining and stuff, and she refuses to do what people were saying. The cops are trying to tell her, shut it down, and she's like, people, you want to shut down this party? They're like, no! And they start throwing food and at it, and Superman himself comes down to, you're going to get somebody hurt. It's too dangerous out here, this weather. And, listen to what Blue Boy says, and they throw food at Superman. Superman's like, with his cape, trying to ignore it. The electricity goes off so bad. He tries to save her. Leslie runs to the other side, but she gets shocked. Her body turns blue. She eventually wakes up, and she gets mad about hearing an interview about Superman or something, and finds out that she has electric energy power. She's pure energy, so she starts to like and gain these powers. She can travel anywhere with these powers. Anything that's electricity, she can train in. She's got this new black suit. She's like, my name's Livewire now. She basically takes control of the city, turns the power off in the city. Superman can't stop her because since he was responsible for giving her powers, when she hits him with electricity, Superman can feel that pain. So he can't really touch her because if he just touches her, it will hurt him. So Superman has to, of course, outsmart her in a way. He is able to find out, where she has to go to a power source to just drain more electricity. She goes to this power source spot. Superman meets her there. He's got levels on ready to fight her. She keeps Superman a couple times, but Superman's able to get water. She hits water by accident, and the water sprays on her, weakens her, and of course she ends up in prison. They say, unless Luthor, helps her gain her, helps her while she's in prison. Well, kind of just you see her kind of tied up with a face mask on at the end, and it was a good episode. Yeah. So Live Wire was really cool. She herself was a bit of a white at times, and Laura Petty did a great job in my opinion. I know Laura Petty, I basically know her from the movie Free Willy because I got watching the movie. She was also in Point Break with Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves, and she was also in an episode of Gotham. Yeah. But she's a good actress. And then my last favorite episode was an episode called Speed Demons. In this episode, Speed Demons is where Superman kind of teams up with Flash, where they're having the fastest man alive charity contest. It's a race, and you see that, I know in Justice League Animated Series, Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor in Smallville, was voiced by some other guy, which he was okay, but Flash is usually being jokey, he's floating below his lane. He's like, I'm faster than you, Blue Boy. He's able to tease Superman a little bit. They have a race. Then you have one of Flash's enemies called the Weather Wizard. The Weather Wizard who wants millions of dollars, but in order to do that, he's going to cause weather damage. He has this pole or something that can create bad weather. It creates storms, snow, rain, a lot of bad weather. Nearly kills some people. Superman and Flash have to save some people. And they find out that it's him, and they have to find out where he's at. He tries to kill them. He puts them on ice. Literally puts Superman in. Well, Flash, no, Superman can break through because of his heat vision. The Flash, I guess you say Flash. Not only is Flash a jokester, but with his powers he can also phase through stuff, or kind of slow his heart down and phase through something, like you've seen the Flash TV series starring Grant Gustin, which is cool, I think. But eventually, Flash and Superman, decided to team up and basically go defeat the Wizard and take him down once and for all, take him back to prison. And Superman and Flash is like, Superman, we didn't finish that race after. I was like, well, let's see who's faster. Power was like, give me a high five, and they whoop, and they become good friends. It's always cool to see Superman and Flash. But my vote for the win would be the Flash, though. But Superman could probably beat him. I don't know, but I think the Flash will win. But that's just me. And they have a race at the end, and that was my favorite episodes. Okay, now getting into, I would say, an okay episode, in my opinion, is The Main Man Part 1 and 2. Now, The Main Man, don't get me wrong, I like Lobo in it. He's funny. This is where you have Lobo, Abraham and Lobo to come in. He's hired by this rare species collector called the Preserver. And I just thought this episode was okay. Some of that I just didn't really find all interesting in my opinion, but the best parts about it though, even though I do like some of those favorite episodes I mentioned, I like those more than this, but that's just me. I like Lobo a lot better, and Superman Man Tomorrow. I think that movie is just better story-wise and stuff, was better done. Not to say that this was entertaining, but and Superman Man Tomorrow, Lobo, swears a lot more, which is funny. He can't swear in here though because it's a kid show, but Lobo is funny and is a white ass in the show. Tries to even throw up a little slimy and stuff. He's like, oh, y'all like him feisty, hit me again. Him and Superman fight a couple times. They fight in space, and which I thought was cool. The Preserver kidnaps him, and then when you get to the Main Man Part 2, where the pervert says, the Preserver says, wait a minute, you're the last one of your Planet 2 lovers. He captures Lobo, and Lobo kind of has a luxury, he's out hanging out with these girls, but he sees Superman, he wants to just get out of there, he starts punching the window. These girls are actually robots. They have smoke come out of their mouths, and they breathe on him, and he's scared of them. He's like, oh, okay, I'll behave. And the bounty that he's going after, they also must fight off a valid battle of money hunters who share a vendetta against the Main Man, basically who Lobo was sent to capture this brother of an alien, his brother alien. Him and his friends try to attack Superman. Superman loses his powers for a while because he's been under the Red Sun. Under the Red Sun, he has some powers, but Superman's like, get smart. He did all his I wouldn't do that. They push Superman onto the Earth part of it. Because everyone else says that he's captured people on Earth and put them in prison too. And then Superman attacks back and is able to fight them. The Preserver is like, I gotta go take care of this myself. So the Preserver goes to Lobo tries to say, get back to your cell or else. And he's like, nope, I ain't gonna do that. But with his big note, and then Preserver's like, turns into a big monster. Scary as hell, I'll admit, when he scares this big damn monster. He's able to fight Lobo down, and Superman shows up to help him. They eventually, kind of like the movie Aliens, they open up the spaceport, and the Preserver is shipped out into space. And at the end of the episode, Lobo eventually gains the bounty hunter's trust again, and, kind of like a bounty hunter, it was like Jabba the Hutt, everybody gained their trust again. Superman, the Preserver, the creature that has there, Superman brings them to, doesn't call it yet, but I'll say the Force of Solitude, to keep these pets, basically. Yeah. Overall, it was just an okay episode. I love myself, but the whole story with the Preserver, not all that interesting. And I just like the episodes a couple bit more. Not saying it was bad. And then an episode called Tools of the Trade, where you have Bruno Mayhem again, his inner gang, who terrorize Metropolis with, they get this high tech from this guy named Kanto, who gives them these weapons that they can use to even hurt Superman. One weapon to have like really big hands and attack somebody. They use these weapons. Superman has to take them down. Dan Turpin, who doesn't like Superman at first. People are saying, well, Superman has to save those buttons, save the day. It's like, what? And this makes him mad, so he wants to prove that he can do his job without Superman. Dan Turpin goes in danger, but him and Superman eventually fight Bruno and his men. Superman is able to take all the weapons down and take Bruno down. Except Bruno decides to follow Kanto. Kanto goes to this other dimension, which, by the way, I'm going to go and spoiler, is Apocalypse, which he's like, Bruno's like, Kanto, where are we? He goes like, we're here, this is Apocalypse, and here's my master, and then he meets Darkseid. He's like, Darkseid's like, I'm Darkseid, your new lord and master. No. Yeah. Dang it. We're still on? Okay, sorry, something popped up. But of course, Darkseid's plan is to conquer the universe. But I guess you get more into that in Season 2, probably Season 3 as well, for Darkseid, but not now. But I like that they didn't do something, but I'm like, this is just the first time we meet him. But the episode itself I thought was alright. But the best part about it to me was the ending when Bruno is in the Apocalypse now, we see Darkseid for the first time, voiced by Michael Ironside, which was great. That was awesome to hear. But anyway, those are my okay episodes. Alright, and now my least favorite episode, personally, I didn't find this episode interesting, and I thought it was boring, where it's called the Promethean, where this big monster is in space. Superman's helping the army test out. In the military, the general doesn't trust Superman at all because he's an alien. The Promethean right here, this huge monster right here, comes out, starts attacking Metropolis. He's able to gain more power when the army starts shooting at him, and Superman has to eventually defeat him. I forget how Superman defeats him, but that's what the episode's about. I just thought it was kind of boring. I didn't really care for the episode, so personally it's my least favorite. It wasn't horrible or anything, but I just didn't really care for it too much. Yeah, it's my least favorite of the episode. I just didn't like it, but that's just me. But anyway, y'all, hold on. Just something I'm going to write down later. Sorry. Alright, guys, well, that was one of my favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series, Volume 1. Some episodes I thought were okay, and one of my least favorite. But anyway, guys, to sum it all up, that's it for this. I was 47 minutes in, but I'm done here. I will say though, good first season. I like the introduction of the origin of Superman here. I think they did a really good job. The theme is really good. Da-da-da, by Shirley Walker. Da-da-da, da-da-da, the animation from 1996. It's really good in my opinion, and some of it was also in 1997, but it was really good in my opinion. The animation was really good. I love a lot of the villains they throw into here, like Brainiac, Lex Luthor, Toyman, Parasite, Metallo. I like that. I had Metallo in here, and Lobo. I'm a big fan of the episode. I really do love Lobo though. And then seeing Ron Lincoln and seeing Parasite having been the Choose a Crowd episode was really good. I don't know, it's hard to pick my favorite one because all those are my favorite episodes, but anyway, y'all have heard it already. Just go back to the beginning of the video if you want to hear it again. But anyway, guys, Superman the Animated Series Volume 1, my rating for it is, I guess I'm probably going to rate the season. I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. Because, yeah, I still like Batman the Animated Series a lot better than this, so I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars for Volume 1. But, guys, those are my thoughts on favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series Volume 1. Tell me in the comments down below, guys, have you seen Volume 1 of Superman the Animated Series? If so, what do you think of this season? What are your thoughts on it? Do you love it like I do? I love the season. I think it's really good. Got a lot of good episodes. Really good origin for Superman. I think Bruce Timm and them did a really good job. I just think Bruce Timm did a really good job creating, bringing Superman to the animation screen like he did for Batman. So, I I don't know if he would ever do live action, but I kind of wish he would do live action for the DC characters, especially with the Arrowverse shows. I think he could do it better, in my opinion. But it probably never happened. But despite that, though, this is really good, though. I enjoy Superman the Animated Series, Volume 1. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Volume 1 of Superman the Animated Series? What are your favorite episodes? What are your least favorite episodes? And what are episodes that you thought were okay, in your opinion? So, guys, in the comments down below, tell me, what do you think of Superman the Animated Series Volume 1? And what are your favorite episodes of this season, if you've seen them? And if not, then it's cool. Alright, guys, well, stay tuned. Probably not tomorrow, because I'm working tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday. Well, sorry. Alright. Next will be my thoughts / favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series Volume 2. So, this will be next. So guys, definitely look forward to Superman the Animated Series, my thoughts / favorite episodes of Volume 2. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for this video coming up, and thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And again, what are your favorite episodes of Superman the Animated Series Volume 1? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Y'all have a good day, good night, whatever you're at. Have a good day, y'all. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.